I like to interact with you gals, and I like to answer your questions because you seem to have a lot of them for me. So I asked you on Snapchat as well as Instagram to ask me questions. I just sent out a request for questions that I'm going to answer for you in today's Q&A. And if these questions have been asked before and they have been answered before, I'm going to leave links to the other Q&As that I've done on this channel as well as the Q&As that I've done on our vlogging channel. Those Q&As were done with my husband and he gives some good answers too. So check out the links in the description box. If I didn't answer your specific question, it's probably because it was already answered before. Snaps are coming in. Hello from Slovenia. When would you like to have another baby? This question has been answered before. It's always the very first question that I get. Link is in the description. What is your favorite part of being a mom of twins? This snap came from Natalie10290. My favorite part about being a twin mom, now that I've been a twin mom for almost 2 years, I can say that it's probably just the fact that I get to have this unique experience that not a lot of people get to experience. It's really definitely something that is very, very unique, and it is so hard at times. But the reward now that we are getting into like the toddler stage way outweighs the burden, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think just the fact that God chose me to have 2 babies at one time is just the biggest benefit of having twins, just because it's such a spiritual thing for me. But also I would say being able to have a built-in playmate, even though the boys drive each other crazy sometimes, having a built-in playmate is a great benefit of having twins. Okay, lots of questions coming in from Instagram. Have you ever considered getting the boys a pet? Izzy Panic asks. And yeah, we have considered it. Weston and I are not animal people very much. He's definitely more of an animal person than I am, and our house is pretty small right now, and we also have some pet allergies. So at this point, it's a no. If we had acreage, I mean, someday we hope to own acreage and, you know, have a much bigger place for our children and our pets to play. So we'll definitely consider it in the future. It's not a hard and fast no for the rest of our lives, but right now it is definitely a no. Mrs. Thomas 2015, do you ever plan on moving from the house you live in now? That is a resounding absolute yes. We have been so blessed to live in this house. We have been here, it will be 3 years this July, and we were so blessed to be able to buy a house. We got the keys to this house on our very first wedding anniversary, so it was a very special, triumphant sort of thing to accomplish, and we are so blessed that the Lord just made it happen. But we are outgrowing it, and we want to have more kids, and this house only has 2 bedrooms, and one of those bedrooms is occupied by us, me and Weston, and the other bedroom is occupied by twin boys, and the bedrooms are small, and my washing room, like my laundry room, is just a closet in my 1 bathroom, and so ideally we will be out of here in the next 2 years. C Tate 88 says, if you could live anywhere else outside of Washington, where would you go? Oh, that's a good question. We don't have plans to leave Washington. We love this state. We love that it has 4 specific seasons. And the climate is wonderful here in Washington for our taste. Everyone prefers a different climate or whatever. But if I could live anywhere else and still have my family close by, it would probably be Colorado or Northern California. Beth Rees says, tell the funniest joke you know. I am horrible at telling jokes. I don't know any funny jokes off the top of my head right now. Maybe I'll revisit that one. Sakoni Jolie _kids says, do you ever get the boys mixed up, and how long have you and Weston been married? So no, I never get the boys mixed up. I will call them the wrong name accidentally. Like I know who they are, but the wrong name will come out of my mouth, but it's not because I think that boy is the other boy, it's just the wrong name comes out. I can tell them apart instantly, and I have been since they were born, and they are fraternal twins, they're not identical. And if you want to see how we tell them apart, I will leave that video in the description box. They're fraternal, but they do look a lot alike, but I never get them mixed up. And then the other part of that question is, how long have you and Weston been married? We will be married for 4 years on July 7th this year. Bo Bree asks, first of all, just wanted to say my son and your twins are a couple of days apart, but my question for you is, who is more attached to you the most? Liam or Judah? Who is attached to me the most? It depends on the day and it depends on the season. There have been times, and for the longest time, Liam was definitely more attached to me and he was more cuddly than Judah. But now we are in a point where Judah is more attached to me, meaning he freaks out more if like I leave him at the nursery. He wants me to not leave. He doesn't want to go play with the other kids. He just does that total like clingy toddler thing. Judah is more shy around strangers, and so he's doing this thing now where he'll just like hide his face in my chest or in my arm and not look at people. So right now Judah is more attached to me, but for a long time Liam was more cuddly. I think that attachment thing had a different reason why they were attached, but I definitely get more lap time with Judah right now just because of the difference in personality. Denisha Lord, I think that's how you pronounce it. She says, if you guys were going to take the boys on a vacation by plane, where would you go? We would probably go to California, do the whole Southern California thing, Disneyland, and meet some of Weston's extended family that live down there. We don't have plans to do that yet because it is definitely an expensive thing to do, but we would love to in the next couple of years take a plane trip down, do this whole Southern California thing. Of course, Hawaii would be great, but honestly, I don't want to take young kids to Hawaii. If I'm going to Hawaii, it's like a romantic getaway with me and Weston, but you know, times change. Your ideas about that sort of a thing change, so I don't know what's gonna happen in the next few years. Magdalene Nick, I don't know how to pronounce that. How did you decide that Weston is the man you want to marry? You mentioned several times that you guys were best friends, so what changed that? I watch every single video and I cannot believe how much the boys have grown. They are amazingly cute. Greetings from Bulgaria. So that question is so sweet and I definitely want to answer it right now, but Weston and I are planning our love story sort of video in honor of our 4th anniversary coming up in a month. So be checking back for that video on our vlogging channel, which I will leave that link below. My friend Joseph commented, how cool is the boy's godfather? Hecka cool? On second thought, don't answer that. Their godfather, Uncle Joseph, just commented, and his father is Jim, our very close family friend who's basically like Weston's dad. Oh, Joseph. If you had the decision on picking what gender of your next child is, what would you pick? By the way, love your channel so much and your boys are just the cutest. If I could decide, I would love to have a girl. I mean, that's my straight up honest answer. But if I had boys, that would be cool too. But you know, the feeling in my heart right now, just as I think about it, is I think I am just going to be a boy mom. I just have that feeling. I was sharing that with my friend Cassidy the other day. I just have a feeling that I am just gonna end up being a boy mom, but I would really love to have a girl. Today's last question is from Natasha Bergen. She says, how do you pick Liam and Judah's names and what is the significance behind them? So ever since the beginning of me and Weston's relationship, we actually realized just through some conversation we were having that we both really loved the name Liam. Weston has a lot of Irish heritage in his family, and so Liam being the Irish version of William was also, that had much more of a significance there. So Weston and I always knew that we would name our first boy Liam. And then we also knew that Liam's middle name would be Weston because the tradition in Weston's family is to alternate the name Weston from first to middle as the generations go on. So Weston's father's father, his grandfather, his first name was Weston. Weston's father's middle name is Weston. Of course, Weston's first name is Weston, and then Liam's middle name is Weston. So there's the significance behind Liam's name. Judah's was a lot harder to pick. We knew that we wanted to have a biblical name. Judah is one of the original 12 tribes of Israel. It shows up in the Bible a lot. Jesus is called the Lion of the tribe of Judah, so we just knew that Judah had such strong meaning, and I loved the sound of the name. Another name that I picked out for him was Levi, because that's another one of the 12 tribes, and I just loved that sort of strong name. But I didn't want Liam and Levi. I didn't want them to have the same first initial. I thought it would be more difficult to, you know, tell them apart, like their names would get mixed up. At the time we didn't know if they were fraternal or identical, and so I definitely, especially if they were identical, I didn't want the matchy-matchy sort of names. That's just my personal preference. So Levi was a good pick, but it ended up getting ruled out by Judah, which we felt so strongly about. And then Judah's middle name is Scott, which is my father's name. It's also a family name on Weston's side. Alrighty, I am gonna call it a day on the Q&A. Thank you so much for sitting with me for my nat chat, my chatty natty, whatever I'm gonna end up calling it. If you like this sort of video where I'm just kind of sitting, hanging out with you guys and answering questions and being chatty, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel because I have more than just this sort of a video. I do makeup tutorials, product reviews, and I am going to be coming out with some mommy vlogs. So lifestyle and mommy vlogs. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye.